He's desperate to get himself on some action today, even though I believe he did have 2 wins out of 2 in match day number 3, as we are ready to go with the action of this current match between Floriana and Mosta. Floriana, as always, with the green and white kit, attacking from left to right, and Mosta in the yellow with blue tints of the kit, attacking from right to left, as already with the attack on Mizu, but very expertly stopped from Mosta. As you were saying previously, Mizu very defensive player, but he is also very, very technical, and Mosta very aggressive. And it's quite an interesting clash of styles, which should be promising itself that we will see in this match, as Neymar and Robertson colliding there and falling to the ground. Fortunately for Mosta, Neymar being the first to get up and winning himself a throw-in there.
Mizo representing Electrify Esports as well as Floriana FC. He is one of only few Maltese players who plays for a foreign team and who plays FIFA 20 on a full-time basis. He spends a long time every day, at least 8 hours a day, training on FIFA. So very, very strong player here, of course, in the game, and that is why he's one of the toughest opponents to beat. And that is why his defense is so strong as well, because he plays against other pro players, very strong, aggressive players, and he maintains a good defense against them.
As a neat through ball from R9, setting up Messi. Messi with this left foot, good save with the feet from Allison, preventing Mizu from changing the scoreline and still keeping it at 0-0. But as you said, the importance of playing against foreign opposition, especially, it can help you win that very valuable experience. And as we have said, Mizu is very technical. He's probably one of the most players that uses skill moves. So we definitely see from which this technicality comes from.
Yes, so Mizu once again with the attack, even though his pass does not really connect. But speaking of foreign teams, we must say Luke Bartolo, just around a month and a half ago, actually made sort of an impression on a foreign team, and they did approach him, and he participated, represented the team together with a partner. So he took it a bit more seriously around a month and a half ago, so it's like a full time in a way as well for him. So quite interesting to see the both players having some experience when it comes to playing, also some international FIFA as well.
As we are seeing Mizu with a neat flip-flap down this right-hand side. Good ball down the middle, but Hullet steps in the way and stops the attack. And we are seeing a lot of give and go from Mizu, which are quite working at this early stage of the game. Neat through balls down the middle, as we see a very risky pass from De Ligt, and Mizu, fortunately for him, manages to retain possession, as he is now already on the attack with Messi and Carlos Alberto down this right-hand side. Carlos Alberto maybe trying to set CR7 up. No, passes down the middle to Messi, who squares it with Hullet. Hullet to R9 Ronaldo, who was in a very interesting position. He could have even let it rip there, but chose to square it in the middle. But now Allison for Mosta loses position once again, but good defense from Mosta, although already they squandered possession. Quite a little bit of confusion between both players now.
Yeah, I mean, Mizu still is dominating, and look at that goal. What an incredible shot from R9 from outside the box. Incredible. I'm sure he took Luke unawares there, because no one was expecting such an accurate, powerful shot from R9 for Floriana FC.
With his left foot. I mean, 5-star weak foot, that's all we can say.
It doesn't matter. I mean, weak foot, what's that?
What a brilliant finish from Mizu. What a goal. One of the most beautiful goals we've seen on match day, if not during the whole league.
And he is now giving us that, sending us the message that, look, last week, yes, it was goalless, my games. They were goalless, but now I want to score.
In the meantime, Mbappe shielding the ball from CR7, who has backtracked so much to defend, and very good defense from Mizu once again, and trying to get out of this Mosta pressure. Mosta win a good throw-in, quite upfield here.
Still, I feel that Mizu is dictating the pace, the flow of the game. He has had more chances, more opportunities, and in fact, he's the one that opened the score. And now, once again, he has the ball. He's maintaining possession. Good, accurate passing from his end as well. He's waiting for his players to go upfield, trying to find the space, and also, mounting a very dangerous attack. And there in the middle with R9. Will he find his second goal? Not enough though. Had too much pressure from the Mosta defense there. But still, Luke has to be careful a bit with these crosses, these passes, because they are a bit risky as well.
There's a good ball over the top for Mbappe. Unfortunately, very slow on the control. Manages to let Carlos Alberto catch up and make the tackle to give a throw into Mosta. R9 back in possession. And Robertson, good pass down the middle to Vieira. Maybe keep on the move to the right. No, squares it to Hullet. And Vieira in position, trying to bait out the Floriana defense, even though very good composure from Mizu. Look at the men behind the ball for Floriana. It's quite looks like an impenetrable defense, if you ask me.
Yes, I mean, we all know how strong Mizu's defense is, and now it's so close to the halftime whistle. He doesn't want to lose the lead. He has worked so hard to score that first goal, and now stopping once again Mosta's assault here. And now it's him with the ball, and maybe it could be the last attack unless he decides to play just for the time. Basically, it's only 2 minutes additional time. He does lose possession, but Mosta still need to work so hard to find a goal in this half. Just 1 minute remaining.
In the meantime, Mosta coming forward very good, very nicely, but unfortunately a stray pass just outside the box, and Floriana managed to retain possession and the winning score line as we head into the break. But as you have previously said, Mosta tend to play very aggressively, and honestly I think that favors Mizu even more, as the flow of the game is non-stop, and that may mean that Mizu will get more chances than just 1 or 2, and as we have seen, he is quite able to capitalize on those chances that he gets.
You're very correct, Chris, and not only that, Mosta FC have also played a lot of long balls forward, and they have lost a lot of possession this way. So it's not really working out in his favor currently, Luke. So he has to be careful a bit with this crossing, with the through balls as well, if he wants to find the equalizer at least. Okay, so now it's Mosta FC with the ball, but loses possession so cheaply here. And now, what will Mizu do here at the attack? He was very effective in his last offensive maneuvers that he created, but now he just did not find the space and just gave away the ball once again.
Good pressure from Mosta, closing down Floriana's potential attack immediately. Didn't even let him get up to the final third of the pitch. As you see, a good high ball, but unfortunately Mbappe was offside. Good offside trap there from Mizu, who is always trying to innovate and go over his technicalities.
Yeah, now we see Mosta also using the overload ball tactic. Of course, he needs to score, but that might leave some more opening in the back, and in fact that is why Mizu has a good chance here, trying to find space in the middle with R9. Bad touch on the ball, even though he still maintains possession of the ball somehow. Back to Hullet, back to Kante, trying to find the space, and there it might be, the shot! He still has a chance! That block from Virgil van Dijk, that just saved Mosta FC. Look at that, just the tip of his toes there, managing to stop the goal from entering, from finding the net.
In the meantime, Kante squares it to Virgil van Dijk. Nice backheel pass. Messi with the left foot, and an excellent finish near post. Nothing Alisson can do, and that's 2-0. Virgil van Dijk may have prevented the first time, but this time there's nothing that Mosta could do. 2-0 for Floriana, and Mizu is cruising now.
Yeah, this is such a good lead now that Mizu's building for himself. 60 minutes already gone, and contrary to the previous matches we've seen him play, which were more defensive, more conservative, he's actually now really playing, really taking the ball to the offensive side, right? You see Mizu playing. It's true, we said Luke is the offensive player, but it seems like Mizu is in this match.
As once again, Mosta tried to go on the offense. Mbappe wins a good ball on the edge of the box, but Kante steps in and denies any eventual opportunity for Mosta. And just like that, Mizu is in possession once again, as we are in the 66th minute. Just 24 minutes left of action now, as we see Mizu once again in possession, exchanging a couple passes between Messi and Mbappe. Mbappe squares it out wide to CR7, who unfortunately is in an offside position. And just like that, let's Depose come in. Maybe some changes from Mosta and both from Floriana. I believe that Floriana will sub in Neymar, the patented Mizu substitution in the second half. I believe we've seen it happen in all the matches that we've seen Mizu take part in.
We're seeing Mane as well coming in, and we see Florian opting for a more defensive play style now, of course, because he has a 2-0 lead, and of course he needs to maintain this lead. Mizu, that's Messi going out, in fact, and that's Mane coming in for Messi. But of course, this is a good move from Mizu. He just needs to maintain this lead, this good lead that he has. Just over 20 minutes in game left now for his side. And this is what he needs to get the 3 points today.
And a good attack there for Floriana. It was really promising there, but unfortunately Neymar tripped and R9 was left with no options. But Mizu wins the ball back. Delict and R9 jump, but don't manage to win the ball. CR7 but loses the ball to Virgil van Dijk, and just like that, Mizu is in possession, and he's got quite a good number of players making that attacking runs, although the long ball over the top was unfortunately controlled very badly from CR7, and Mosta once again in possession.
Unfortunately, Mosta have yet to make their attacks count, and once again they are with bad touches, bad first touches, and also bad passing to get to that opening in the middle. He is losing ball, Luke. He is losing the ball quite quickly. So unfortunately, he needs to do something differently. The time is ticking down, just 15 minutes left if you include additional time as well. So, I mean, this is looking grim for Luke Bartolo and his Mosta side. So maybe we see some more action here from Mosta FC. Tries to find space in the middle. Not going to work against Mizu's Floriana. Definitely not with a strong defense that he's been showing us today. And look
what
at
a
that.
through ball down the middle, but very nice exit there from Alisson, preventing most definitely a third goal from being scored by Mizu. But once again, huge spaces from Mosta. I mean, there's nothing he can do now, as he's trying to force the opposition, maybe force a goal now, trying to open things up, even though we're in the 84th minute of this first game between Floriana and Mosta. Mizu has looked very, very comfortable all throughout this match. So I really doubt that Mosta can do anything to even remotely make Mizu think otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, time is ticking down. Now he did go for the overload ball once again here, Luke, but it's not really working out for his side at all. Mizu once again with the ball, and now of course all he needs to do is maintain possession, maybe try to find the opening. Yes, however, his priority is not to give the ball away now, since he is 2 goals up.
Mane trying to release Neymar
Fourth
Jr.
officials
down this
indicated
left-hand
there will
side,
be a
but the ball
minimum
down
of
the
2
middle was
minutes
read
added to.
and intercepted from Mosta, although now Ronaldo trying to get a pass once again on to the right, but that is read from Mizu, although now R9 trying to go into the box, but excellent defense from Mizu and Mosta, nothing doing once again. 2-0 win from Mizu.
Yeah, I mean, great performance from Mizo here. He's showing us that he really means business, of course, here. And winning so comfortably against Luke and against Mosta is really the way to, to show the world his talent in FIFA 20.
Yeah, for sure, and I mean has quite a lot of momentum now. He's won 3 on the bounce, and let's see if he can make it a fourth now.
Yes.
In this reverse fixture between now Mosta and Floriana. Um, it's quite difficult for Mosta now.
Yeah, it is difficult. I mean, from what we saw last game, we saw Floriana really dominating, right? I mean, even Mosta's attacks were not at all effective. I mean, I don't know if the Floriana keeper was actually challenged.
I doubt it.
Yeah, Mizo was definitely confident there. Even though he is more of a defensive player, he actually did the most of the attacking.
He is a defensive player, but his attacks do hurt, and
Yes.
we've seen. I mean, he's been on the charge quite a number of times, and he's been quite good to get this 2-0 win. I believe that we've seen a lot of bad touches from both players. Mosta being mostly the ones responsible for the bad passes, but Floriana have done their fair share of mistakes as well. So if Mosta can maybe be a little bit more careful, try to capitalize on the errors from Mizu while minimizing the ones Mosta makes. I mean, he's still definitely in it. He could win this following fixture.
He definitely can. You can't count anyone out. So, in the meantime, we have other matches actually being played. You can always head onto our website. It's
Yes, it's maltaepremierleague.com. You can even Google search it just to be safe.
Our Facebook page is also live, so you can also see the standings, the updated fixtures. We have at the moment Gzira and Tarshin Rainbows going at it, and also Birkirkara versus Valletta. We heard how Turbulence had such a great performance against Birkirkara with 4-1.
Yes, it's the score for the first fixture. I believe the second one, if it hasn't finished, it's very close to finishing. So we will update you when we have the score on that. I don't know if we can see the leaderboard, the updated leaderboard, as a couple of matches have been played now.
So I don't know if we can see. The standings will be shown quite very soon, actually. But in the meantime, we can already say it. Santa Lucia will maintain that top position going into the fourth match day. And I'm sure he'll be the most valuable player of the week as well.
Most definitely. I mean, he's been so strong here. And as we can see, that Hibernians, they have 21 points and are being challenged from Floriana, who arguably have a game more and will make it 2 in this upcoming fixture. But Floriana maybe has a chance, Mizu has a chance to turn a bit the pressure on Hibernians, maybe try to unsettle him of his third place, maybe make him less comfortable of his capabilities of retaining the third spot.
Yes, we'll be seeing Hibernians actually after this match. It will be up against Slima. Slima not doing too well, I must say. Fourth from the last. However, of course, this is just after the third match day. That's why there are so many more games to be played. However, of course, Hibernians and Dunstan representing them doing so well to maintain a good position in the standing. Even though, as we're saying now, Floriana, depending on the result of this match, they might overtake them. And you can see also the other standings. Birkirkara, after that defeat against Valletta, now standing at the 7th place, while Valletta FC on 6th, with just 10 games played.
And Balsan with 10 games played as well. They have 19 points, which is quite impressive. Baltan have conceded though 8 goals, 6 of which have come today in the doubleheader against
Valletta FC.
Valletta.
Yeah.
We've seen a very, very strong turbulence today. As I believe we are ready to go into this second match between Floriana and Mosta. Mosta, who have dropped 2 games to Hibernians today as well.
Yes.
So Hibernians are do have quite a bit of momentum after last week's unfortunate setback of 3 losses and 1 win. And Hibernians will definitely be hungry to win those 6 points. And if Hibernians do win the following matches, which will be shown on stream against Sliema, they will be just 1 point shy of Brencha and Hamrun. So it's quite a lot at stake and quite a lot of momentum and incentive riding on Hibernians versus Sliema and its reverse fixture, which we will be showing on stream after Mosta and Floriana face off.
And it shows how quickly, how easily the standings change. I mean, from 1 week you might have a leader, next week that leader might actually drop a number of places because he doesn't play as well. And we saw that, and like today we had a super on form Christian Spiteri, Chris Meister, who won all of his matches. And of course, he just shot up the leaderboard.
And as you have correctly said, I mean, it's the 3rd match day, and we've had 3 players topping the leaderboard every single time, 3 different players. As we already are seeing, I believe, Mosta making an attack, but Virgil van Dijk stepping in with those long feet and stopping any chance for Mosta to make any progression into the box, although Ronaldo intercepts the ball at the other side, CR7, and Virgil van Dijk for Mosta. What a huge presence of a player Virgil van Dijk is.
Incredible player indeed. And now it's Mosta that have to try to make something count and matter in this match, because of course they don't want to go home with 4 defeats today. That will be definitely very hard. We've seen them dropping places in the standings, and perhaps 3 points against Mizo here will definitely at least tip the morale a bit to the positive end.
Exactly, a good win against a good player. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that.
Yes.
As we see a short corner being played, Neymar to Mbappe, but the other Mbappe steals possession, clears it off to Ronaldo was the attempt, but nice interception from Carlos Alberto. Now Hullet trying to play R9 Ronaldo. Hullet plays it once again, but another weird move from Mosta, trying to really get an easy goal, but Mizu's defense manages to come clutch and stops the attack once again.
So now we're seeing Mosta a bit differently from the first match. We're seeing them trying to control the match a bit better now. In fact, they are creating more chances for them. They are still yet to make them count, of course, as Mizu here, great dribbling with R9 in the middle there. Not just shy of managing to find the space. But yeah, it's more back and forth this time, I fear.
Yeah, it's like a game of ping pong. The possession is just going to and from each other, as a good ball to Neymar Jr. 95 rated headliner item. Nice ball down the middle to Mbappe. CR7 gets the rebound, but both times the shots were blocked. Excellent defending from Floriana, as now Messi is on the run, but Alisson comes out very, very good, very well, and clears the ball through a throw-in. Very dangerous from both sides in just a matter of seconds.
Yes, already very interesting match we're seeing here between Floriana and Mosta. It's not the first time we've seen Alisson as well going out, running out of his box to try to get the ball, of course. That's very risky, but it also shows the pace of the match. It's just a very fast-paced game we're having here in the second round. You could see Mosta trying to find the space, but Mizu's defense is on point. You can't be as predictable, I feel, against Mizu, because he's reading the passes really, really well, this youngster representing Floriana. And that is why Mosta FC's attacks haven't yet yielded a goal. because he hasn't found the right space, the right opportunity to score, to find the net.
Straight pass once again from CR7 gives possession to Floriana, as a couple of bad passes from Mizu managed to give possession back to Mosta, as now Neymar Jr. and CR7 and hold it now on this left hand side. Good block from Carlos Alberto, and Mosta have the first corner of the second match. Neymar skips past the defense, Mbappe trying to maybe cross it in, passes it to Ligt, he won't definitely go for a shot. Carlos Alberto with the ball, trying to pass it to someone else, but Messi steps in and steals possession. But Virgil van Dijk in this very advanced position. What a tackle from the Dutchman.
Yeah, great play from Mosta here. We're seeing him much more confident in this game, as we're saying in this match. They are putting more pressure on Mizu's defense, and the crossing, the passing is just not as on point as it should be, I feel. Because that's why.
In the meantime, sorry to interrupt you, Ronaldo against Virgil van Dijk, trying to escape the pressure of the Dutchman, passes it back to Messi. Messi on his right foot, Kante and Hullet now playing it a little bit wide. Ronaldo, very nice elastico, and what a finish with his left foot. Mizu once again in the lead and nullifying all Mosta's good work just like that.
Yeah, I mean, Mosta FC just lost the ball very recklessly, I'm afraid. And they just gifted Mizu the chance to score. And with R9, again, for the second time in a row, finds the net first.
What an excellent goal. It was worked very, very nicely from Mizu, retaining possession in the advanced front and very in the final third for Mizu. And even though he was challenged very roughly from Virgil van Dijk, he still kept his cool, and with a really neat elastico and finish with his left foot, Mizu is now in the lead.
Of course, here you see the differences between the attacks, because one, it's true Mosta have been attacking a lot, but unfortunately none of them really counted for anything. However, Mizu got the chance, he mounted a very good attack, and he actually scored. And this is also showing the defensive prowess of both players, with Mizu's defense very, very strong.
And even maybe Mosta's attacks are kind of lacking that cutting edge, which may make all the difference in the end, as once again Mosta squander possession. Mbappe now very advanced ball to Messi, but Virgil van Dijk commits a foul on R9 Ronaldo, and a free kick in a very interesting position for Mizu, although he definitely won't go for a direct free kick, or will he?
Yeah, I mean, he should maintain possession now, even though he might go for the shot. He does. So this, I mean, time is really running out now. I don't know what Luke can do here. In fact, he can't. So he took the chance. He went for the direct free kick. Did not try to place the shot, but did not find the net. Still, Mizu ahead once again.
Very confident showing from Mizu, as we have said time and time again in this first half of the second fixture. Mosta have seemed more confident themselves as well, but it seems that in the final third, how do you say it? The ideas for Luke just fade away. He isn't really confident and cool under pressure when it comes to that final bit, which is quite vital when you need to score a goal.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he made such great efforts there to create opportunities, but unfortunately against Mizu's defense, you have to be much more creative, and of course, trying to find the opportunity for you in the final third.
There's another free kick attempt here for Floriana. Good passing outside the box, but Mosta win position once again. Bad passes. Neymar goes for a flick. Interesting idea from Mizu, but unfortunately it ends up offside.
You could see what he wanted to do there, but did not work out for him in the end. Still, we're seeing Mosta a couple of bad passes. I mean, they're actually affecting how the chances he's creating. It's a big pity.
It definitely is, because just a little bit more patience and precision, and it could be a totally different story here. But as we are seeing, Mizu attacking very, very comfortably. R9 clipping the bottom edge of the right-hand side post of Allison. Just like that, it could have been 2-0 for Mizu.
How often have we seen that post being hit right now? I mean, it's incredible.
Once again, Mizu on the charge. Hullet and R9 Ronaldo, good block from Virgil van Dijk. Mosta is now on the defensive. Neymar wins possession once again. Mbappe on the edge, ball to CR7, goes for a backwards flick, but good defense from Mosta, although possession already goes back to Floriana. Mizu seems like he wants to entertain us now, strong of this 1-0 lead.
Just like that, Mosta giving away possession again, which is it is something that Mosta FC have been doing wrongly all throughout these two matches actually, and that is why they're not creating the right opportunity for them to score. As now Mizu has a big chance here, and the final turn, oh, very close, great save by Allison. Allison punches the ball away. That was so close for Mizu to extend his lead here against Mosta FC.
And a good steal from CR7 here. Ball to Neymar and Hullet trying to maybe find that second goal, which could most definitely close the affair. As it is with 1-0, you can never really count out the opposition. As fortunately for Mosta, he manages to win the ball back.
Mosta needs to make these attacks count, and they can't. Again, the bad touch, bad pass, even though he managed somehow to get the ball back. Maybe a chance here. He has to just be careful not to give away the ball recklessly. He's trying to find space in the middle. Hullet once again just outside the box. Neymar Jr. goes for the shot there, even though it lacked a lot of power, and that's safely into Alisson's hands.
And Mizu doing the smart thing, trying to make those seconds tick more and more on the clock. He is with a 1-0 lead, which is never safe. And we're now approaching the 74th minute, and still Mizu in position and in the lead. And he will try everything he can to keep possession and keep the ball away from his goal.
In fact, he is now on the offense. He might actually find an opportunity, not enough to break the defense of Mosta, even though a big mistake from Mosta FC here, giving a good chance for Mizu with Mbappe, however, not managing to find the space. These long balls are really not working out for Mosta. He's trying them very often, but none of them are working, and that is why still Mosta have yet to be effective when attacking the Floriana goal.
Maybe long balls could be effective if you're playing against a high line, but Mizu's defense is quite low, so I mean, you can't really hope to catch them off guard in a similar fashion with long balls.
Oh, and that is a free kick now, the 82nd minute, so time is ticking by. Maybe a change here from Floriana FC. I think we're busy. I'm not sure if we're seeing a substitution or just a change in tactic. We saw the depth. He's going for a much more defensive style now. It seems like Mizu really wants to maintain now this 1-0 lead that he has. He already won the first round against Mosta 2-0. And all he needs is now to maintain this assault, the good defense against this assault from Mosta FC, to get 6 points.
As we are now seeing Mosta trying to make something out of this attack. Once again, Mbappe goes for a fake cross. Ball to Eusebio. Down to Mane in the middle of the box, but Virgil van Dijk steals possession once again. Neymar chips in his foot, and now a potential counter-attack for Floriana as the ball is cleared just for a few instants from Mosta, although Mosta now get back possession. CR7 and Mbappe, and ball now with Mane trying to play Eusebio in, but Carlos Alberto, excellent tackle from the Brazilian fullback. And the ball is now with Mizu. Mizu could probably release Neymar, and that's what he does. Neymar is almost free, although the slow speed of the ball managed to make the defense for Mosta catch up to him. So unfortunate for Mizu there.
Look at the time though, only 2 minutes additional time, the final minute. This could be it, the draw that most of they need, but not enough. And this is Mizu now. He should maintain possession of the ball as he is doing. Couple of borrows there. The final whistle goes, and